It's rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Here goes nothing. My name is Jessi Zazu, and I played in a band called Those Darlins for about 10 years. We recently, earlier this year, played our very last tour ever. I got home from that tour. About a week later, I was admitted to the emergency room here in Nashville where I live, and I found out that I had cervical cancer. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, so I decided to just go forth with some treatment, try to beat it. I spent 8 weeks of chemo and radiation treatment here this summer while I simultaneously worked on music and art, and all the treatment was working. I finished up, and a couple of months ago, around October, found a couple lymph nodes in my neck. Subsequently found out it had metastasized from the original tumor in my cervix and spread through my lymphatic system. So basically at a new point where I just started another round of chemo, and so I have 3 to 6 more months of doing that, and I'm about to lose all my hair. In the next couple weeks it's all going to fall out, so I invited some friends over here today to shave it off with me and have a little party and celebrate this new chapter. And without further ado, I think we will go ahead and shave all this hair off, and let's jump into it. I'm really ready for this. There you go. Here we go. Here we go.
I saw you sucking on a middle finger. Y'all were walking just outside the candy store. But I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid anymore. Oh, two times 2 minutes. I run and hide behind the shadow.
It looks really good.
You look awesome. Oh my god. That's crazy. Alright, we did it. It's off. It's gone. I feel so good and ready. You might notice I'm wearing this shirt that says Ain't Afraid, and if you're a fan of Those Darlins, you may have heard that song before. I just thought it was kind of interesting when I found out I had cancer that I had written a song about 5 years before with the opening line being, I have a tumor growing on my body and I don't know what lays in store, but I'm not afraid anymore. About 5 years ago, we were touring like crazy, and I was like really sick and just like unhealthy, and I was having some weird medical issues, and I was really afraid to go to the doctor, and I thought it was a tumor, and I thought I had cancer, but I was so scared to go that I put it off, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. I kind of got to the point where I was like, you can't ignore that crap anymore. I went, and it was not anything serious. It was basically just like, your body is malfunctioning. I started reevaluating the way I was living my life. I felt like that I had kind of gotten a little bit away from myself, and a lot of this is represented in the music that I write and the albums that I write. And so whenever we went to write the album Blur the Line, I actually had gotten sober during the time of writing that album, and that was a really big challenge for me. But during that time, I was like really scared of everything. I was thinking about how scared I was of this medical problem and all this stuff, and I was thinking about how scared people in the world were. There's a lot of fear, and it was just the worst. And I felt so alone. So I thought, I want to write a song that like addresses the things that really scare me. Moments where it's so stressful, and so like the experience just sort of strips you of your humanity. Like you don't even feel like you're human anymore because someone does something to you and makes you feel like you're not like even a person or like worthy of being. I wrote the song in order for me to sing every night that I wasn't afraid, so hopefully it would help me. And that way maybe I could like get myself out of the fear, but also by other people hearing me walk through my own fear would find some sort of solace in that and say, oh, well, she's not afraid of that, then I'm not going to be afraid either, or whatever. I don't know if it worked or not, but that was the goal.
There's a tumor growing on my body.
It was really interesting though because it worked. It really did work. Like that song, like every night, just being able to scream it and not even care if it sounded good or whatever. Get crazy and play a wild solo on the stage in front of all these people, singing They Weren't Afraid. Like that's a really big part of what helped me like overcome my own fear. 3 years later, on the exact day, it was my 3rd year sober anniversary. It was the day I went into the emergency room. And I found out this huge, crazy news. The song, it was really weird that it was like, I had written it for this whole other reason, and then it ended up becoming true in a way. But then it felt so good that I had written it, because I was like, I have this thing for me that I know that I did, and now I'm not afraid. And if I hadn't went through all that fear before, like, I was much more afraid when I got sober than I am now. And I don't feel very much fear at all, honestly. I feel very good, and I feel like I'm going to live. And even if I don't live, then I wasn't supposed to live. And I just want everyone to know that I am a fighter and I will never give up. That's it.
Good.